I'm gonna wait for you to finish. I can't go fucking. Do you think?
Yeah, can I go ahead?
All right, I'm giving everyone just a few more seconds to join. Welcome, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. All right, hello, welcome. Okay, I apologize if I'm a little shaky. I'm out here enjoying the webinar in the field on my way to back from an event. So I want to thank everyone for joining us today. If I haven't had the opportunity to connect with you, my name is Aaliyah Bunch. I'm the Director of Stakeholder Services here at EMSDC. Um, Thank you guys for taking the time today to join Manish. He'll be able to give you a more of an introduction on himself, his business, and what he's here to present to you today. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to take yourself off mute, or Meg will take you off of mute so that you'll be able to answer your questions. Feel free to raise your hand and use the Q&A in the chat to to ask any questions, and we'll make sure to get back to them once he's done the presentation. So again, Manish, please feel free to introduce yourself. Thank you.
Thank you, Alia. Thank you so much for that introduction. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Manish Gurawala. I'm the founder and CEO with RFP 360.ai. And today I'll be talking about that. So it is a AI automation platform for proposals for buyers or the people who are in procurement, as well as from and for the suppliers who respond to the proposals. So once again, I would like to thank you all for your time and joining and registering for this very informational webinar that you can take the knowledge and apply to your business, or if you are on the procurement side, from the buyer's perspective, whether working for corporations or government agencies, you can learn how to apply the AI technologies to streamline some of the pain points and improve the the time and the cost that is involved with the proposal processes. So with that, I would like to also say that I would like to conduct this session conversational. So anytime, if you have a question, you can raise a hand through selecting the react button in the center, and you can unmute yourself, and we can go over your questions. But if you can hold off your questions until I finish my presentation and the overview of the our platform, that would be great. So let me share my screen, and but looks like I okay, yeah. So now, okay, can you guys see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, great. So, as we all know, that working with the proposals, whether as a buyer or the people who, work for the procurement team, who are responsible for sourcing and, the product or services, or from the supplier side, who responds to proposal to win contracts. So this process is very slow. There are a lot of manual RFP processes, and that needs to be streamlined, and with workflow automation. And today we will learn how AI powered platforms such as RFP 360.ai can help you eliminate those inefficiencies, reduce risks, and accelerate the decision making for buyers and suppliers. So, these are some of the pain points from the buyer side where, the process for procurement teams are held back by outdated manual processes that create risk and drag on revenue, slow and manual processes that a lot of organizations are still using spreadsheets, emails, and scattered documents to create, and put together the bids or solicitation. And there's also inconsistency in evaluating the suppliers' responses once they, receive the bids from the suppliers. So that is also a challenge. It's also doesn't have standardized scoring evaluation process, and that drives poor vendor decisions and risk, for the organization. Other area where there are pain points is the compliance gaps, missing audit trails, scattered documentation, etc., and missed opportunities. Right. So again, these are the buyer side pain points for the users who work in different procurement team for the corporations or government agencies. Again, I already went over most of these points. And on the supplier side, the challenges are that it takes very long time to, first of all, find the opportunities from so many different sources. Second is it's very manual process in many organizations where they are trying to prepare the response manually. That takes many days, and that creates repetitive work, missed deadlines, inconsistent responses, and low win ratio. So these are a lot of the challenges, and many small businesses don't have the resources to hire the full-time proposal writers, and because of the capital issues, and for them and many other mid-sized organization, they miss this kind of structured system that allows them to automate the entire process from start to end, and give them the ability to respond to more proposals, RFI, RFQs, that they receive from corporations or government agencies, rather than getting overwhelmed. Um, and then on the buyer side, our platform gives them the AI powered RFP builder capability, smart scoring matrices, with the help of AI, decision dashboard, collaboration hub. It also gives them the KPIs and, RFP discovery. And on the supplier side, they have the ability to do the AI driven response, proposal analysis, quick analysis, and then doing the bid, no bid decision summary analysis rather than doing it manually, and then generating the draft response. They can have access to centralized content library, centralized response hub on monitoring all the activities that as a company, the organization is doing, responding to different proposals and different employees who are helping to do all these activities, and keeping track of all the activities, proposal assembly, go no go matrix. So it's a very powerful platform that gives you these all these capabilities. And the using AI base platform like RFP360.ai would give you almost up to like 70% faster putting together RFP response, which is compliant to what buyer is looking for based on their evaluation criteria. It improves the win ratio up to 50%, reduce cycle time, and also as a supplier or as a buyer, it gives you the capability for uh, meeting the compliance. So with that, I'll go over the quick overview of the platform. So first, I will give you guys how the platform works from the buyer's perspective, and then we'll go over how the platform works as a supplier. So first, let me just log into the platform. So right now this platform you can use with uh, two ways. One, if you are working for corporations in their procurement team, purchasing team, or any government agencies, whether city government agencies, community colleges, school districts, they can all use our platform. And this is the website where you can learn more about all the capabilities of the platform from the buyer's perspective and supplier's perspective. You can create free trial for 7 days as a supplier or as a buyer, and then you can start using the capabilities yourself as soon as we are done with this webinar. So this is a very simple platform. We have made it very user friendly. You can also request for personalized demo from the website itself, and you can learn more about our different features and capabilities from the buyer's perspective and supplier's perspective from the website. So with that, let me first log into the platform as a buyer, and we'll just show you how the platform helps the people who are in procurement. So they can, once they have the account, they log into the account as a buyer, and then here they have high level KPIs about how many RFPs they have generated as part of their organization, how many they have published, how many vendors responses they have received against those published RFPs, how many been awarded, and so forth. And then here under the opportunity library, they can start creating the RFP or the bid or solicitation generation process. So they can click on create new proposal and go through these 7 steps, and they enter information about the proposal or the bid that they want to publish, and invite the suppliers to respond to their proposal. And these are very simple steps. Each steps, first step, you enter the basic information about the your bid or solicitation. Second step, you specify the requirements specific to your bid or solicitation. You also have this content library that you populate with different standard templates that you use to prepare your bid or solicitation package, and then upload all the organization specific documents, and that gets used to automatically generate the bid package. In this tab, you specify the detailed evaluation criteria that is very important for your bid or solicitation. Here you can select the suppliers from your existing suppliers database. So our platform allows you to import your existing suppliers, or you can also search through our supplier database, the directory, where you can search the supplier. We have more than 800,000 suppliers information here that you can search by different criterias. You can also search the suppliers from OEO or UCP directory. So we have suppliers in from that as well, and you can also import your existing suppliers into our system as well. Now, in here, then you can add any additional, amendments or any kind of appendices or any kind of, specific document that you need to upload for that bid or solicitation. You can upload that here. Here in this section, you can basically specify any specific question that you want your supplier to respond to, while when they submit the response. And then you can also prepare the costing sheet for vendor to use, or you can upload any Excel template you already have for this specific proposal that you are working here. And then these are already some proposals that I have already prepared, that you can see all this information, and you can see this AI generated draft here, which I'll show you in a minute. And then you can also invite the collaborator, like within your procurement team, while you are working on preparing this bid package or the solicitation or the proposal. And you can also work within the team using our platform. And you can publish the RFP to specific suppliers, or you can publish it publicly, and you can also manage tasks and so forth. So this is like AI generated draft that you get once put in all the information here, and you can work through this, and this is the capability you get, and you can continue working on this until you are fully satisfied to publish it to the suppliers. And then in this section you specify information about your buying organization or your procurement team, which is very important, which gets used while generating the bid or solicitation package. And this is where you can do the content library, where you can upload all different types of document pertaining to this from the buyer's perspective. So this is what I will stop at here, because my purpose is just to give you a sneak peek overview. If you want more detailed demo, you can reach out to us and we can set up a one-on-one, for your organization. So I will stop at that from the buyer's perspective. And now I will switch over to how our platform can be used by the suppliers when responding to proposals. So right now I'm logging in as a supplier, because my company respond to various proposals that we usually find from different sources. And before we put together a system like this, we were doing things manually, putting together proposals by our proposal writers, which was taking long time. There was no standardization, etc. So once you log into the system as a supplier, again, you have these high level analytics that gives me overview of everything that my organization is doing across all our different team members or employees who are responsible for putting responding to various RFPs. And in this section, they can right away start working on either creating particular RFP response that they have find externally from, let's say, city of Philadelphia or some other agency or some corporation who has sent us an email invitation with the RFQ documents, and we can start working on that RFP um, project, and putting together the response. And then on the in this side, here we specify all the information about our company, our core competencies. So this is very important that as a supplier, you specify as much information as you can that gets used by our AI platform to prepare the response. And then in this area, we also give you very powerful feature where as a supplier, I can find opportunities from sam.gov, for the federal opportunities. If I have a GSA contract, then I can review all my RFQs or RFIs that gets released under my contract. So we are providing direct integration with the GSA e-buy. And then in this section, I can look for all different state, local, city government agencies, opportunities, different, educational institutes, and I can search them by different sources, by different states, state of Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and we are adding more and more capabilities here. And this way you can start working right away. If you find some opportunities here, then you can click here and you can start working on putting together a response. And under the content library, as a supplier, you upload all the information about your organization's different write-up sections that gets used by this platform to put together a response, like past performances, past responses, previously won RFPs, etc. And we also have team collaboration capability. So while working on a particular RFP response, different proposal writers can collaborate among themselves, and so that capability is also there. And there's also integration as well, which is we provide integration for your OneDrive or Google Drive for content library, so you can also do that as well. And then we also give you the activity log for keeping track of what's happening in your organization. So now let's just come to the main thing, which is very important to showcase the capability. So for example, we are currently working on these particular RFPs, for responding to these agency. So once we enter this information, we know when is it due, and we can. The very first step that we do is we do once the basic information is entered. For example, I'll show you. So our proposal writer has already entered the basic information, and they have uploaded the documents that we downloaded from the agency or the corporation website. And then once that is there, then they can go to the analysis. um, um, so what it does, it within like minutes, it brings um, all the information that the buying agency is looking for or the corporation is looking for. So I don't have to go through the documents manually, and it organizes nicely what are the mandatory requirements, what are the scope of work, what is the due date, etc. What are the evaluation criterias? What are the responses for formatting requirements, etc. Right? So this is like first step. That gets automated. You don't have to do manually. And the next step it allows you to do is do the evaluation of whether my organization is capable to bid or not bid, analysis for this particular opportunity. And then based on that we can decide whether we want to respond to that RFP or not. So it's more like a capture management capabilities also built in to this platform. Um, so we'll just give it a few more minutes to do this analysis. Any questions so far? Anybody?
There were a couple in the chat. Somebody wanted to know if they'll receive the slides.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, we can share the slides. So as you can see here, it did the basic analysis from the buyer's document, like what are the mandatory requirements, who is the client, what is the key personnel positions that we need to worry about, what are the evaluation criteria, what is the contracting officers, name, etc. Right? So within minutes, right, in couple minutes, I basically have all the information that I need to know. Then I can even share it with my manager or the business owner or my other proposal writers in the team. I can download it as a PDF, right? And then the next step, once that basic information looks aligned with my organization's capability, then we can say, okay, let's do the bid, no bid, opportunity evaluation. So that is the next step, which is more like you are evaluating whether what buyer is looking for is aligned with my company's capability, right? So it does that analysis, and based on that it even gives you detailed suggestions, and how you would score if you decide to respond to these RFPs. It would give you some scoring against what buyer is looking for. So before you even submit the proposal, you kind of know whether it's worth responding to this proposal or not. And this capability, a lot of small businesses are missing. And like I mentioned, they don't have the resources to hire the full-time proposal writers. And because of that, even though they have experience, as a company to, do the work, they leave the opportunity on the table because they get overwhelmed, going through so many, documents that are, given in the particular bid or solicitation or RFQ that they receive from the corporation or the agency. So, yeah, and then the next step is, if this analysis finds that you should bid, then the final step comes into the picture is generating the draft response for the proposal. Any other question, Meg?
Somebody also asked if they can respond to any RFP from outside the system too.
Yes. So like I mentioned in first step, where you can upload the document that you find from any external sources, and then you can bring them into here as well. So see here, it gave me a recommendation that I can, like as a company, we can bid, but with some caveats. And then it gives me detailed uh, information about what are those caveats are, how we would score against different evaluation criteria that the buyer is looking for, and how we can basically fill those gaps, either by teaming with another company or finding the proper resources with the skills that the agency is looking for. So this is a very detailed, analysis, which is very helpful as a supplier, before even I decide to respond to the proposal, right? And then again, same thing, I can also export and share it with my manager, and so forth, right? And then once, if I'm satisfied with this, then the final step is generating the RFP draft. So what it does is, in this step, you can it basically shows you these are the buyer's document, and I can still select if I have any previously submitted, like rate card or my company specific pricing information. So I can select anything that is relevant to this proposal that I'm responding to. So I can do that, and it also helps me generate the costing as well. And then on the right hand side, I can select any specific document I want the platform to use for generating my draft. So I can basically decide different select as many documents from my content library, which I have already you know loaded into my account. And then once I start, it basically uses all these data sources. And in addition to that, I can specify any custom instructions. And by the way, our platform is AI native, so none of your data goes to any public LLM. We have our native LLM, which is trained, and we have proprietary workflow that we have developed that allows suppliers, supplier specific response. So even if the two suppliers are responding to the same bid or solicitation, their responses would be different, because every supplier information is different. Their supplier specific data is different. So we our platform is SOC 2 compliant. We take that very seriously. Our platform is hosted on AWS environment, and we would give you any hands-on training that you would need, any support you need, either if you are using the platform as a buyer or if you are using the platform as a supplier. We have also put together some good users guide, as well as some videos how to use the platform. So yeah, any other question? So as you can see, this platform would allow you to generate, proposal in minutes instead of days. Once you have your account set up properly with the proper information about your company, as well as your content library. And even in the content library, there is a capability we have built in. So let's say you don't have any content that you have prepared for your company. We have built in AI content library generation capability that also allows you and helps you to prepare your content library that is specific to your company. So that capability is also there. And yeah, so any other question?
Someone asked if they can see an example of a proposal response.
Yeah, that's what it's doing right now. So we'll just give it few minutes. Otherwise, I can also show you from the previously already generated response. Any other question while it's doing that?
Someone asked if they can make changes on the fly that they get out of the system.
Yes, yes. So we have the editor where you can directly edit the content. You can also invite collaborators to provide input, whether from within your company or any external person that you want to provide input to your proposal response. So we have both capability built in. So as you can see, it generated this response. As per our company's information, what buyer is looking for. And our platform is also very smart. So let's say if the buyer's requirement is to, that your response should not be more than 30 pages or 25 pages in certain formatting, it also takes care of those requirements, compliance requirements as well. And you can add it directly into here. And like I mentioned, you can invite the collaborator from inside your company or external collaborator, right? And you can also generate this response into different template as well. So you can also export it into different template as well. So like here, you can select the template. So we already give you these, predefined templates, which are industry specific, to generate these output into nicely formatted, uh, predefined templates that you can select, or you can upload your company specific template and it would generate the output into your company specific template. So we also have that capability also provided for you. And you can also do green team review, red team review, which is like more checks and balances before you finalize your response. So yeah, this is the capability. And this is what you get. And you can all edit this response as many times as you want, and then you can regenerate, etc. And then you can also save the versioning. So versioning control is also built in for within our platform as well. And then now I'll just show you different responses. So I can always, so this was the proposal, we generated the response, right? So I can directly go to my draft document from here under the all proposal section. I can manage collaborator, or I can invite collaborator by just simply selecting anybody else in my team, or by typing their email address if it is an external collaborator. So let's say if I want somebody to put more specific, input to the management approach or pricing or whatever, you can do that as well. And and then here, you can also see, the proposals or the opportunities that you are working based on, different status, so you can see how many proposals are in planning stage, how many we have submitted, how many were canceled by the agency, how many we won, how many we didn't, we decided not to do. And you can also look at it by any, let's say in your organization you have 5 people working, so you can also see their uh, what activities they are doing in terms of responding to what RFPs, right? And what else? So yeah, I think I pretty much cover most of the high level capabilities. And like I mentioned, if you want us to set up a more one-on-one demo for your company and your team members, we would be more than happy to do so. And I just wanted to highlight that what we have built is the platform that removes all those pain points, from the buyer's perspective as well as from the supplier's perspective. Any other questions?
I don't think so. Thank you very much.
Great. So let me just stop sharing. Great. So we basically answered most of the questions.
Yes.
Okay, great. Awesome. Thank you so much, everyone. And I really appreciate you joining us. And I guess we'll be sharing the recording, right? I guess, Meg?
Yes, and I do have your emails from the registration. We'll also post it to our video library on our website.
Yeah, and then I will also share my presentation as well with you. Okay.
Thanks again. Bye.
Thank you so much. Thanks, everyone. Bye.